So right now I am home for lunch at, we'll stay here. And I decided to call Terminix again because I'm still getting some bites, and initially I wanted to get my money back because they kind of lied to me the first time I called. They said that it kills during all stages of the flea life cycle, which was an obvious lie to try to sell the service to me. But admittedly, it kind of took me too long to realize, you know, that that's not okay for them to do something like that. So I did call and try to see if I could get a refund, and they were adamant in wanting to try to solve my problem first before they decided to refund me my money because of me not being satisfied. Oh, hi, pups. So they are here treating the outside of the property where I usually let her out to pee, and then they are putting some sticky cardboard in my house to see what kind of bug it actually is, because the guy I was talking to, he doesn't seem to think that it is actually fleas. He thinks it might be mites or something. I'm just glad it's not crazy like last year when I was getting, you know, 13 bites on my leg, something ridiculously crazy. 3 is a little more than I like. Hopefully it really starts to subside because this has been going on for a while, and my brother is coming to stay next week, so I feel kind of bad if he's here and he gets bitten because it feels like he's just food for the bugs, right? Today is a gloomy day, so I can't walk her during lunch, and I actually got my period, so I'm feeling kind of today. Like, aside from me trying not to be affected by the weather being cloudy and all of that, I do feel a little something like the smallest cramp in my stomach, so I'm going to take an Advil soon because those have actually managed to be pretty helpful for me for stuff like that. Literally just got home from work, just walked in the door. I am home for a couple minutes, well, 15 minutes before I need to leave for riding. So I kind of wanted to provide a little bit of a buffer where I can let Riley out and just spend a little bit of time with her before I need to be out again for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'd say, is how long it usually takes, including driving and the lesson itself. I haven't had a lesson for nearly 2 weeks now because of sickness, and my trainer was in Vegas last week when I was supposed to have my lesson. So today is a makeup, and I am really looking forward to it because sometimes, you know, when I feel like I want to just relax and chill, I feel like when I'm there on the ranch at the stables, it's very calming being around horses. For me, I love it because sometimes when I see them, I kind of think about the plains and meadows and wild horses running along like the old Western days. I don't know, they remind me of that. So when I see them, it's just really nice. Enough talking. Let's let out the puppers. Man, it's funny. Her crate always gradually shifts, probably because she's shaking, or she goes in and turns around and plops her butt down and it causes a rumble and it moves it a little bit. So when it comes to this crate, I'm really not a fan of this door. It requires hands much bigger than mine, and when I go to squeeze, it's not pleasant. Hi, baby. Break. Good. Off we go. Come on. Oh, your e-collar is on my bed. Let's get that. Hi, puppers. I am back from riding, and man, that felt so nice to get the ride in, because honestly today was a bit of a crappy day. It was cloudy, right? But then towards the second half of the afternoon, it was sunny the whole time. So by the time I got there, it was getting cooler, but it was still such an enjoyable ride, and it felt so good to canter without my stomach feeling like it was gonna fall out, because I was actually really concerned about that today. In this stage of my life, I've been getting a little bit of cramps with my period. In the past, when I was younger, I never had any physical discomfort from getting my period. So I was a little concerned about riding, that it might be painful because of that, but it was great. And I was so happy to be there, see the horses and all of that. But now I am home and ready to play some auto chess. My wonderful auto chess. Here's my sushi. Oh my God, the lighting in my house sucks. And then I got my bubble tea over there in the corner. And then we have Riley here eating her carrot. My God, she's munching so hard. She's gonna finish that carrot so quickly. It's so skinny. Maybe I should try to buy the chunky ones. I don't know if you can specify chunky carrots to my shopper, but that one, you know, it was like 3 times longer than that. If you can even see it, now it's gone. She finishes them so quick. I'm so glad she likes them though. Maybe I should eat a carrot a day like Riley has been. It's so windy up here. As usual, we are in Del Mar. It's a beautiful day, even though I thought it would be cloudy or something. Uh-oh, there's people with dogs coming. We continue. Come. Good. Good girl. Okay, we put your leash on. So I actually decided to create a Patreon page. Is that how you say it? But basically it's a page that you can pledge to, and I guess that means that you give money to someone every month. And I guess the main reason I decided to do that is because I feel like over time when I've been making videos, once in a while people would mention that I should make one, or people just seem like they really like the idea of supporting me. I guess the way I've always felt about stuff like that is I can be a little uncomfortable with the fact that people want to give you money over the internet, and I know that's very common through Twitch and stuff like that, but I just always feel like I want people to spend their hard-earned money on their self and making themselves happy and achieving their goals. So I always didn't entirely like the idea of people handing me money. When I streamed on Twitch regularly, and it was only for a very brief period of time, it was Cataclysm, I think, for WoW, and I was streaming mainly arenas, and I think I was starting to gain traction because I was once in a while, I think, getting at least 100 to 200 viewers, and that's probably the most I've ever had in my life. But I do think that if I continued streaming, maybe I would have gotten more viewers. You never know. During that time, people kept saying, like, you should put up a donation link or whatever, and I was always not a big fan of it, but eventually I did. And even when I received stuff, I think when I stopped streaming, I returned their money because I just felt so weird about it. Even though I have that view on it, I decided to still open it in case people want to support. And I will say that if you do decide to, please make sure you really, really want to. Otherwise, my wish is always just for, like I said, you spent a lot of hard work making your money, so make sure that it is going towards something you really, really like. For now, I find it really difficult to figure out what kind of rewards I can offer for something like that page, because I think a lot of people tend to restrict access to what they will do until you do a payment through that page. So for example, people might post like early access videos or behind the scenes videos or Q&A, like responding to comments kind of thing. And I do all of that stuff for free. I don't want to put that behind a paywall because I have the ability to do it for free and I really don't mind it, and I like to do it, including blog posting. I am not going to restrict access to that stuff unless people pay me. So I don't really have any good ideas about it except for supporting me. Or something I did come up with is that if people really want my advice or have a question for me, then I could always record a short little video in response to whatever you want to know, and I'll send it to you. And I think the main reason I came up with that is because I have had a couple people reach out to me asking for advice about stuff, or just wanting to know what I might think about a situation, and I kind of like responding to stuff like that. So that could be something I could offer, but as of now, I don't really have any good ideas for what rewards I can give. I would say that if I do get any interest in this, the main stuff I would focus on, as mentioned on the page, is audio. I don't have an external microphone for my camera, so my audio is definitely one of the weakest parts in my videos for sure right now. Outside of that, lighting in my house. I would definitely try to improve upon that, because in my living room, my lamp is so bad. It doesn't provide good lighting at all. And it is pretty limiting where I feel comfortable recording in my house at times if I want to care about lighting, which I do. Sometimes I just don't, because eventually just kind of care less. Aside from that, I would consider saving up for a GoPro, because I have been itching to record riding footage for the longest time, since last year October or something, but I've usually avoided it because it's $400 for the Hero 7 Black. That's a lot of money, and even though I do know that riding footage will get repetitive after a while because it's just me on the road, I do also want it for security reasons, because you see all this footage about people being crazy road ragers, trying to run a motorcycle off the road, trying to kill a motorcyclist by trying to run them over, and accidents. Maybe it could be good proof footage. So that is why that is another thing I would consider for stuff like this. As usual, I am happy to continue creating videos for free. It was never about the money, so this is only for those diehard people that would really like to support me. But as always, I will be here making videos because I enjoy it and not because I want any monetary gain. And I'm really sorry for recording it out here. I'm assuming the video on this portion is going to be terrible because of the wind. All right, finally back to the car. Whew, that was a tiring walk. We went pretty far. So now I'm trying to find a garden center. I don't actually know which plant I want yet, because I was lazy to do my research, and my coworker did actually make a little chart, but I think I kind of want to just go there and ask them and have them suggest a few instead of going with a specific one in mind, because I'm not certain if they actually have it in stock at certain places, and I'm not too attached to a certain plant where I want to call ahead and see if it's in stock, so I'll just go and see what's available to me. Ooh, I feel like I've been running all over the place. So after I left Del Mar, I kind of wanted some bubble tea, so I went to the Kearney Mesa area, and Shane was telling me that he was doing this Hearthstone Tavern brawl with his friends at a bar in that area. So when I saw that bubble tea had a long ass line out the door, I was thinking I'm not gonna wait in that shit, so I decided to stop by just to see what the freaking brawl was like, even though he said himself it was literally just 4 people. So I went there for a while just to chat and whatever, and I couldn't stay very long because Riley's in the car and I didn't really want to. I just kind of wanted to see what it was about. So now I am here at the Armstrong Garden Center, but man, sometimes I just don't like leaving Riley in the car because I need to keep the windows down, and when I do that, I get worried that people are going to fuck around with her. So when I was walking towards my car, I saw a group of 4 people and they were looking at a car window, and I just knew it was my car. So even if they aren't physically touching her, I just don't like it when people ogle over a dog, especially a stranger's dog in a car, just something they don't know. I don't like when people try to overly interact with something that they are not familiar with. So admittedly, that really did kind of piss me off. Once I saw that, I just fucking sprinted back to my car, because if they continued interacting with her, I would have probably yelled at them or something. Here is the Armstrong Garden Center. And also, I still need to get food. So I decided to order a steak from this Black Angus steakhouse. I've never tried them before. I would see them on DoorDash and stuff, but wasn't too confident in trying them out. So now that they're literally right there, I decided to just get a steakhouse Cobb salad. So while that's being made, I will go into the garden center. I'm honestly really tired. I've been out for about nearly 3 hours now, and I just want to go home and play more chess. These look nice. Makes me so sad. Look at how pretty these evergreen look. They have pink on the flower. They have pink on the leaves. I really want one. Maybe I should just get one and put it in a place that's not accessible to my pets. That sounds like a good idea, right? Okay, that was a pretty fast trip. I definitely think I maybe should have looked around more, particularly, but I made the poor choice of hand holding my wallet, my keys, and I had my camera with me, so I just feel like I didn't want to go around too much. I feel like my hands were full, and even carrying these plants were a hassle. But here, let me pick one up. So this is my first one. All right. This is a Chinese evergreen, and it is toxic to dogs and cats if they eat the leaves. So for Riley, I have no concern that she will eat this, because she just doesn't eat shit. I don't let her eat stuff. She doesn't get to chew on anything. But just to be safe though, because of my cats, I will most likely use this as an office plant. And yes, I picked it because it's pink leaves. The guy said that for the Chinese evergreen, it needs to get at least 8 hours of light per day. Does not have to be natural light for it to keep the pink color. And this is a coffee plant actually. So I don't know why I picked this. I think I really liked the texture of the leaves. I also like how consistent the green looks. I think it looks really pretty. So, hi baby. I know, I left her in the car so much today. I kind of feel bad. I really want to get home. So I am gonna stop in and see if my food is ready. But yes, these are my 2 new babies, and I need to order pots online now. So yes, each of them, let's see, I think evergreen was $14 maybe, 14 to 15, and I think the coffee plant was 18, so total it was about 35. I am kind of excited about this, so I don't want to be too stingy about the price. Yes, after I buy a pot, the total amount might be around $50 or $60, which is kind of a lot to get into plants, but we will see how this goes. Okay. Hi, pups. So, let's give a little bit of a backstory, shall we? Well, it's probably not that much of a backstory, but basically, I am so sick of my cats tracking litter all over the house. I hate the feeling of litter on my feet. It has started to make me alter the way I walk, because I would walk like this, because I don't want my feet flat just in case I get some litter on it. And recently, I was also looking up what it would be like to toilet train my cats again, but I kind of got dissuaded from trying that again, because people say that if you don't flush right after they go, the next time they go, if they see it's not flushed, they won't use it, and then they might just shit on the floor or something. So I don't like that idea. Also, cat poop has a parasite that is apparently killing off some sea animals, and I just don't feel very good about flushing that parasite out into, I don't know where the hell it goes, but I just don't feel comfortable about it. Even if whatever is happening with the sea animals isn't around my area, I just don't entirely feel comfortable about it. And I also don't want to find poop all around my house, which is something that would definitely happen while you are toilet training cats. So anyways, I want to try out this different type of litter box system. And basically, the pellets they use are different than the litter that I use. They are heavier and they have a different purpose. It's called Purina Tidy Cat Breeze. And let's take out all the pieces. So we want this piece on the bottom. So basically the way it works is, sorry, let me think about this. All right, this goes on the very bottom. So here is the tray, and then this green thing goes above it. So basically, the way they try to advertise it is that when I have, no, not these are the pellets I will be using. So basically, pellets will sit on top, they will piss, and the pee will go through the pellets and soak down into the tray layer, which I will put a cat pad. So there will be a pad on the tray, and they say that for one cat, you only need to change that pad once a week. But since I have two, I'll probably have to change it 2 times a week. And I most definitely will not be buying their brand pads because they are very overpriced. I'll probably just buy Amazon Basics. I think they sell it for 50% of the cost of this. So anyways, the poop will be sitting on top, and since it's not entirely litter, the smell might be a little bit worse because it's just fully exposed. But the way it works is, I guess the poop kind of hardens on the top, and they say that all you have to do is scoop the poop every day, and then the pee you just have to worry about every few days. But the most important part is just that these pellets are much bigger, so they won't stick to their feet and they won't track it around the house. And that is the biggest deal breaker for me because I am sick and tired of stepping on cat litter. I get cat litter on my couch. This is also why I don't let the cats in my room. I don't want them getting in my bed, getting litter in my bed, and it's just disgusting. I'm so tired of it. Whenever I work out, I vacuum my area to make sure that while I'm doing my exercises, I won't step on litter, but I still manage to step on litter. So I really want to try this out. So let's put this together. First off, let me put a pad down here. Oh my God, I haven't eaten anything today and it's nearly 4 o'clock. I need to eat something soon because my stomach is starting to hurt. But let me just set this up so they can kind of get accustomed to it. Okay, here's the scoop. That's literally all it comes with. Okay, so now I open this bag and we pour it. Based on the way they are, I don't have a problem with that because there isn't even that much. The problem with the regular litter box is it's like 30 pounds of litter. So if I want to dump the whole thing out and change the whole thing and clean the litter box, it is so difficult. The other one, I just hope I can get rid of. Well, I wouldn't throw out the box, of course. It was pretty expensive. But unfortunately, I will have to clean it once they transition entirely. Man, I'm hot. I just steam mopped my house, long overdue, and the floor feels freaking amazing. I don't feel any residue at all. Also, I decided, let's turn on these lights. I decided to just say fuck it and hide my litter box in the closet for the time being because I set my camera down to record what the cats would do. And I noticed Sammy already peed in the new litter box and Milo went in to sniff. So I don't think they'll have an issue transitioning considering Sammy already took a piss. So he seems like he'd be used to it again. And Milo is in here as well. Very curious about it. So what I decided to do, so I noticed that when they do jump out, those pellets fall out. But I kind of find it extremely unlikely that they will track these pellets off of the carpet into the house. Since I decided to hide my original litter box and their access to the litter, I decided to vacuum my whole house, so I will never again, hopefully, have to step on litter. And I am really looking forward to this change because, man, am I so over it. But now it's time for me to put my plants where I believe I will keep them. So first off, also I did decide to order some pots because it's a crappy plastic one and I want a nice official pot for my flower. The lighting in here sucks. So I decided, dang, never mind. This will not be a good place to put it because the leaves will be squished on the right side and I'm not very fond of that. Maybe I'll leave it like this for now. Or, I don't really know where else to put it. Okay, let's see if this one will also be squished against the mantle. So this one seems slightly better. I just have to figure out which side. Yeah, like this. This is a bit of a challenge. Oh, I have to switch my fish. Flip my fish. I think originally I planned on getting some sort of wooden arrangement for my plants eventually, but that's kind of expensive. Admittedly, I definitely spent more than I liked because earlier I bought 2 pots. They were about $18 each, and then I bought some soil, so that turned out to be 40 something dollars. And then those plants earlier today was 35, so I spent close to 80 bucks on these plants. I am really looking forward to the fact though that if I continue on with this, these plants will improve the quality of the air in my home. So if I go through with it fully, of course, why do I keep saying go through with it? I've already purchased them and I'm looking forward to seeing how it will go and how big they'll grow and all that. So I guess it really depends. Nah, you know what? I don't want to take the risk with the pink evergreen one. Actually, I need to look that one up a little bit more because I'm positive that it's toxic to cats and dogs, but I'll double check just in case. If it is, I will most likely just bring it to work because I would be too concerned and would be probably stressed out about it when I'm not home for the possibility that they might actually fuck with it and eat it. So, okay, let me flip my fish.